Foreign adversaries to order. Mr. Secretary, could you please call the roll?
Senator Brattin.
Here.
Bernsketter. Bean. Here. Beck. Here. Black. Here. Eigel. Here. McCurry. Here.
All right, we do have a quorum. I make a motion that we move into executive session. Do I have a second? Do I have a second? All right. I move that we vote SJR38, or I make up that, or I motion that we take up SJR38. Do I have a second? Second. Okay. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. The ayes have it. I now move that we vote Senate Joint Resolution 38 out of committee do pass. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in, or do we have any discussion? This is Senator Black's. If you want to maybe give just a quick overview of your SJR, Senator, so we all know what we're.
I would enjoy doing that. The SJR38 language matches Senate Bill 76, and in the simplest form, I mean, everybody sitting on the committee as well in the audience, I probably forgot about everything that's been done with foreign land ownership until this last summer, and then it was brought back to our attention. So my SJR, similar to Senate Bill 76, returns the amount of agricultural land back to zero, can have foreign ownership. That's what the bill would do. And it would, of course, with the HJR would have to be voted on by the public. But I think that's in the simplest form. If there's any questions from the committee, I would try to answer those.
Thank you, Senator. Any questions or comments? See none. Thank you very much. I move that we do pass SJR 38. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I already made the motion. So, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Brattin.
Aye.
Bernsketter. Bean. Aye. Beck. Black. Aye. Eigel. Aye. McCurry. Aye. 6-9.
By your vote of 6-0, we have voted to pass SJR 38. Okay. Now I make. All right. I move that we take up Senate Bill 332. Do I have a second? I have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. The ayes have it. A few weeks ago, we heard, this was my bill that I offered a substitute that had a plethora of other things added to it instead of, basically, my original bill was almost a mirror of what Senator Black's SJR does. I'm going to, withdraw that, what I testified to, and also going to move to bring together Senator Hoskins' bill, marry those two together, 334, and just go with the basic underlying language of what the original bill was, with no additions, and as well as moving to remove the language dealing with the military bases, the proximity. That became a logistical nightmare. It sounds good on paper, but the reality of that is just it's impossible. So. At any rate, I just wanted to give a brief description of what we're going to be doing. So, is there any discussion on the underlying bill? Yes.
I have an amendment to offer.
That'll be. I haven't done the substitute first. So, yeah. Any discussion on the underlying bill? Seeing none, we do have a committee substitute ending in .04C, and I move that we adopt the substitute. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Again, now is there any discussion?
Yes. Mr. Chair, I have an amendment. It has been distributed to my colleagues. It ends in .01S.
Perfect.
So I'm looking at the, this was drafted for the sub that we just accepted. So it's going to be inserted on page 2, line 15 of the Senate sub. And this is clarifying language that the Department of Agriculture had expressed to us during the hearings and other meetings we've had about this issue over the past few months. I think it's important that things are submitted to the department before the transfer of land happens. You know, in the past, we've put the department in a bind where they only find out about this after the fact. And it's just, you know, if we truly want to shine a light on what's going on, it has to be done ahead of time, in my opinion. So that's what the amendment does.
Perfect. Any discussion on the amendments? Senator Black, proceed.
Yes, I did just want to, and the discussions based around, is Department of Ag believe they're going to be able to handle that, this reporting, and not slow down land transfers? I can't remember, Senator, they've probably been in my office discussing this part, but
Well,
the amendment, I'm for the amendment, okay, but I also want to make sure that it doesn't cause trouble with land being transferred that takes 180 days to get approval. Once
well,
we
my
put this
understanding
in
is
on-
the volume will not be so overwhelming that they can't handle
that
it.
they will
So-
have staff to be able to figure it out and
Well,
get
and
it
that's
back in
also
time.
why we said 30 days and not like 7 days. So
Okay.
it gives time for, so it has to be submitted at least 30 days. And then the department determines whether the transfer is conveyed in accordance with our prohibition that we will put in place. So I think
Okay.
that's plenty of time.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions for the senator? Senator, did you move for the can you move for the
I
adoption?
would love to move for the adoption of the amendment ending in .01S.
Perfect. Oh, Senator Eigel, please proceed.
I'll second it too.
Okay, thank you.
Just a quick question though, Senator. So I just want to make sure I heard you correctly that we don't anticipate that this would require any increases of personnel or funding to the Department of Agriculture because they have enough folks to support this amendment. Is that, I just want to make sure I heard that right.
Correct.
Okay.
And also, you know, they're already involved in this process anyway. It's just they're now involved after the fact. So it's the same, it's a
Okay.
similar process. We're just giving the department notification at 30 days prior to when the transfer would be finalized.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you.
Perfect. Any further discussion? Seeing none. It's a voice vote. Okay. All those who are in favor of the Senate amendment to the Senate committee substitute, say aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. All right. I now move that we vote Senate Bill 332, 334 with Senate committee substitute as amended out of committee. Do I have a second? Second?
We have to adopt the substitute first as amended. Move that we adopt the substitute.
That's what I just said. I thought I made a motion to amend the committee substitute as amended. Right. Okay. Do pass. We had a second. Is there any discussion? Senator McCreary.
I just wanted to express, I'm going to be supporting what we're working on right now, but I do have some hesitation because I have a prominent, important corporate partner in my district, and they employ a lot of my constituents, but they employ a lot of people. I would even think the senator from St. Charles has folks that work for Bayer. They do a lot of research on seeds and plants and that kind of thing, and they do have some property that is research-based. It's under, 350 acres, but I just want to make sure that we're not doing anything that would remove the state of Missouri's prominence in plant sciences, and they're an important employer and an important part of the St. Louis region, and I don't want this language to do anything that would hurt them. So I think we're going to have to do something moving forward that would allow for that research.
Perfect. Thank you. Senator Black.
Yes, I want to comment in the same way. In the 19 counties that I represent, there's agriculture there, and there's agricultural research that are done there by corporations. In reality, owning farmland in our state is only allowed in statute by a corporation. Owning true agricultural production land in our state is only allowed in 3 physical counties. 2 of those counties I represent, the third one are in the senator from the 18th district. Now, when we talk about research and development, that happens all over our state, and that land has been owned, whether it's been a foreign corporation or domestic corporation, for years and years. So it is in statute today to allow that to happen, or I have a very big animal pharmaceutical company that would be in trouble in one of my counties because of their place. But I understand the angst of people in those businesses wanting to add language again to make darn sure that they're covered. But you know, my heart says that it's already not a problem, but adding more to it, I chime in with the senator to make sure that people understand that that's not what we're discussing, taking research and development away, because Missouri is so important. The agronomy side of the east side of the state and agricultural research for the world. And then I believe on the west side of the state, we're the animal health corridor, part of the animal health corridor, and those companies are multinational. So we need to make sure that we continue to hold that prominence in the United States. Thank you.
Senator Brack.
I'm in 100% agreement with both senators. I've researched, currently this language is close to what I had, the language that we're looking at here. And I made sure as we went through this would not affect companies like that. And you're absolutely right. I thought it was 5 counties, but you say it's 3 counties. I think it's 5, but.
Well, if we're going to debate, it's 3 counties that it's physically allowed in statute. I don't know, am I talking out of order?
You can have discussion now.
The
We're
corporation,
senators, we can do whatever we want.
the corporation Smithfield does own facilities in 5,
Yeah.
but those 2 facilities, one in Gentry and one in Worth County, where I'm from, were actually built by a private agriculture corporation, somewhat like Tyson. It was Continental. Continental then, if you go back through history, Continental ended up with PSF, so that's what combined those 2 other counties in, but there can't be any other corporate agriculture inside those 2 counties other than that piece that was started pre them becoming part of a corporation. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. So I just want to restate that I definitely do not want to affect their, InBev, anybody that has that ability. I do not want to affect that. Those are all good paying jobs. They're a part of the St. Louis economy, which actually helps the rest of the state. So that is, I just want to be clear on that aspect.
No, I appreciate the inputs, and I do think that the way that it is currently written would not include, because it would be going forward from here thereafter. So any further discussion? And again, I'm willing to have these discussions offline as well and see what we can do to make this a good working bill. So all right, any further discussion? See none. I move that we adopt the substitute. All those in favor, as amended. All those, we have a second already. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, say no. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. I now move that we do pass Senate Bill 332, 334, the Senate Committee substitute as amended, do pass. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Brattin.
Aye.
Bernsketter. Bean. Beck. Black. Eigel. McCurry. 6-0.
All right. By your vote of 6-0, we have voted do pass Senate Bill 332, 334. I make a motion that we move out of executive session. Do I have a second? Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All right. Opposed, say no. All right. I move that we make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second? All those in favor signify by saying aye. We're done.